What's up guys, Gabriel Varga here. You're wondering what is this crazy guy doing? Well, this is a Reflex ball. You can buy them at many of the boxing sites, but you can also make it yourself. That is what I'm teaching you today, how to make your own for $3. Takes about 5 minutes. You throw it out, you work around on it, you work on your reflex, your eyesight, you have some fun, something new. If you want to learn how to make one of these, that is what we're doing in today's tutorial. Super simple, super easy, super inexpensive. I'm gonna roll the intro and we're gonna get right into how to make this reflex ball. Alright guys, this is super simple. The cost is super low. Let's go through each item that you need. I'm starting off with a 1-inch screw. This is what we're gonna connect the elastic to. I'll make sure I do zoom in on all these products so you guys can check out and see exactly what I have. I have a brand new tennis ball, super simple. This is the one that's a little harder to find, but it actually really isn't. I found this at Walmart. It is a knitted elastic band. It is 1/4 inch in width. And finally guys, a hat, which is just gonna go on my head like so. I'm gonna attach the elastic band from there, and it's just much easier to work off that as opposed to putting something around your head. In my experience, I've had both options before. One where we're just wearing a band around our head, but I found that one was a little less secure. Working off the hat is just so darn easy. All right guys, we're gonna start off with the band, the elastic band. The easiest way to judge your distance is just go arm out from your forehead and then probably give yourself an extra probably even 6 inches. So I'm just gonna cut that in half there, and now I have the band. We can make adjustments after on the length we want. You're better off having too much than too little at the beginning. From there, very simple, I'm gonna take the screw and I'm just going to attach this cord by doing a couple knots, and I just want to make sure I put the knot right in the middle of the screw. You can leave excess material on the end of the screw. You can cut that off after. Just make sure it's very tight, very secure. Give it a double knot so it doesn't come undone and fall apart once we have the screw inside the ball. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be placing the screw inside the ball. I'm going to throw one more little loop in here. And now from there, that feels like it's very tight, very secure. The divots in the screw make it very difficult to slide, whereas if you use a nail, you could just grab this right now and pull it, and the whole elastic band would probably just pop off. So any excess that I have at the end of the screw here, I'm just gonna cut that off, just get rid of a little bit, snug it up an extra little bit there, and that looks like it's locked in place. Now from here, this is gonna be the tricky part. We're gonna take the knife and we're gonna take the tennis ball, and we want to make a cross. A very, very small little cross, an insertion here and an insertion across as well. One vertical, one horizontal. And what we're doing there is we're trying to make sure we have a spot that we can stick the screw into, but then when the screw penetrates it, it will turn sideways and it'll get locked in there. If you make too big a hole or too big a cross, it'll come out. So be very small, start very small. I'm gonna go probably about 1/4 inch. Vertical and then 1/4 inch horizontal. I will try to fit the screw in. If that doesn't work, then I'll make it a little bigger, but better off, like I said, starting smaller than going too big and having to throw the ball away because it's not working. It doesn't really matter where you put the hole, but I'm just gonna go right in the middle, right there. Small little penetration. Guys, be very careful. Make sure you don't cut yourself doing this. All right, so I made a tiny little insert there. What I'm gonna try and do is feed this screw directly into the tennis ball, get everything inside. And then once the screw is almost in, I just have to get that last little bit pushed through. And now once I have the screw fully in, just shift it around a little bit, give it a little bit of a shake, so the screw goes from this direction, the way we inserted it, and it now turns sideways. So there's no chance that the ball is going to disconnect from the screw. All right, now I have the ball connected and I'm set to go. What I need to do now is figure out the exact distance that I want, and I'm going to attach this end onto here. I'd say you want the distance. Distance is important, very important. You want to have right about there where there's some tension when I'm holding the ball out here. So I'm going to note this spot here, and I'm going to take this hat off my head, and now I'm going to make a knot. And again, you're better off going too big than too small. If you go too big, you just undo it. You just remove a little bit of the excess. All right, now when I have this all structured, everything is all done, you're going to notice that you have a lot of extra length left. What you want to do is just maybe get rid of this for the moment, pull it back because you don't want to get rid of it all yet, and just check and make sure your distance is about right. I'd say if the band is about there, you're pretty good on distance. From there, what you're going to be able to do is, this is a drill that is very slow going. You're going to pick this up if it's your first time right now, and you're going to try and hit the ball, and you're going to go, holy smokes, this is so hard. You'll get it bit by bit. But if the ball is too close to your head, you're going to feel like your arms are T-Rexing. You're going to have to go like so. So make sure that if you're feeling like you're jammed a little bit, you just have the ability to lengthen this out. You want to make sure that you have enough length, which is why I said before, make sure you give yourself an extra bit of room, a little bit extra cutting length. I don't want to get rid of all of this right now. If I cut it right back to like right against the hat, then there's no undoing it. But if I just kind of right now cut about here, I have lots of extra length to work with. Just pop it off there. From there, I can just hook this extra little bit so it's not obstructing my vision into the hat. The nice thing about this is when you're done playing around with it, you can just unclip your hat, remove this little piece, and you can go about wearing your hat again. Next time you want to utilize this, you just hook it back on. And it's such an easy way to just make sure that you have a nice secure system to your head, as opposed to a headband, which I've seen people do before, and the headband is constantly pulling away from your forehead. If you need a little bit more distance, you'll probably find that that's beneficial as you're learning and you're becoming less of a beginner and more of somebody who's advanced in playing around with this. This is a very, very basic setup, guys. No need to go online and buy it for $20, $25. You set it all up yourself. What do we got? We got maybe $1.50, $2 for the tennis ball. This piece of rope overall, I can make 2 with this length, and I think it cost me $2. So this little rope here costs $1. The screw is almost nothing, a couple cents maybe. So overall, this whole setup costs just around $3. I already had the hat lying around, that's super easy. Takes about 5 minutes to put together. And now from there, I have my own reflex ball, something that I can just play around with. It's nice after training, nice before. It's nice during weight cut time too. Well, you know, where you're cutting weight, you just want to sweat, you want to get moving, you want to have some fun. I've used it a number of times in weight cut mode. All right, guys, what I will do for the next video is I will put together a little tutorial and show you guys how to start off on this ball, how to move from beginner to advanced, and all the little steps in between, the intermediate steps that you can take, all the little fancy tricks, because it is so much fun utilizing these, but eventually just hitting it like this is going to start getting boring. Once you get good at it and you start having that ability to just do this, you go, oh, I want to do something more difficult. So then you can start doing some fancy tricks like letting the ball pass by and catching it. There's so many fun little things that you can do on this. Is it going to change your game? Is it going to make you loads and loads better? I don't know, maybe not. But it is definitely fun and it is definitely good for your accuracy. I'm making this look easy. When I first started, I'm not even kidding you. When I first started this, it was so hard to get going. My brother came back from Ontario. He had one of these. I'd never seen it before. It was something they utilized out there at the boxing gym. And he's just ripping away on it, no problem. Everybody else is struggling. Guys, it's fun to use. That's the main thing, right? We want to have fun when we're training. Guys, if you want to be sure to catch the tutorial on the Reflex ball, make sure you get subscribed. If the video was helpful, you enjoyed it today, give it a like. As always, guys, train hard, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.